Hi, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snow. They call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champions. And we travel the world for past, present, and future stars. Hey, look, there was breaking news coming out of the WBC convention this week as the governing board of the WBC decided to strip Terrence Bud Crawford of his WBC title for not paying sanctioning fees. And we're going to get into all of that a little bit on the show. And we're sorry that we had technical difficulties in trying to get Leo Randolph onto the stream. So if we can get him on later on, we'll bring him on. But right now we couldn't get him on. So we're going to continue to with the breaking news later on in the show. But hey, look, tonight down there in Texas, man, there's a great WBA fight with Roach Jr. and Cruz on Amazon Prime video pay-per-view. So it's a dynamite matchup. It's the interim WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the world. Sugar Shane Mosley and Lara is fighting on that, and that's junior, that is. And also Foster versus Fulton on the undercard of that. So it's plenty of boxing. And this matchup with Isaiah Cruz and Lamont Roach tonight is going to be a great, great fight. In the meantime, also this week, Lamont Roach of his 130-pound WBA title, he was stripped of that because he's moving up to a 140-pound title fight tonight, and he'll be stripped of that. So if he don't win the title tonight, he'll be titleless. But it looks like he's outgrowing that weight class as he has fought, 135 pounds, now 140-pound championship. And we'll see if he can win it. It's going to be a dynamite. It's a dynamite matchup style-wise. And there's going to be a lot of activity in this fight because Pitbull, he's a pit, and that kind of style and the kind of style Roach got, it's going to be extremely exciting, and I can't wait for that fight tonight. And also coming up on the 19th, not far away around the holidays here, you have Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua down there in Miami. So it's a real fight, and the circus continues. You got the elephant against the the lion, and we're going to see, as many fans call him, Fake Paul, if he can pull something off. But Anthony Joshua, after a year and around about 3 months layoff, will climb back in the ring, and it's good to see him doing that. Is this the tune-up fight that he needs to keep going? There's talk about him having a couple fights next year, major fights. So when you're a two-time heavyweight champion of the world and you got all the fans that Anthony Joshua got, hey, look, it's always big. And with Jake Paul and that young crowd that he has following them, this should be some kind of attraction, because a lot of people want to see Jake Paul knocked out, and we're going to see if Anthony Joshua can deliver that goods. But if Jake Paul rings the bell and hits Anthony Joshua, let's see what happens. It's a funny thing. All I have to do is say this: Anthony Joshua, don't take anything lightly when you're climbing in the ring, because little men are giants too, and those who fail to prepare to fail. And if you go prepared, there's no doubt that your amateur experience and being a two-time heavyweight champion will be there, show out and show on in this type of fight, providing that there's no behind the scenes different contracts, fight fixing, or anything like that. A speculation that rose with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, the contracts that were signed, and the hidden knowledge that people had, boxing fans. I hope this ain't the case. It's opportunity for Jake Paul to showcase that he's real, and that he's trying to bite at the bit, and that it shows that Anthony Joshua's back in the ring, and that he's ready for big time boxing business, as this fight is going to make some good money, and it's good for boxing as long as it ain't rigged or fixed. And also up and coming, you have the Ring 8 Awards dinner in December 14th at Russo on the Bay up there in New York. Man, go attend that. There's a lot of great people being awarded for the great things that they do. Ron McNair's doing a great job, and I thank the Ring 8 for giving me Boxing Historian Award a few years back, and it's a great organization. It's Boxers Helping Boxers in New York Boxing Hall of Fame. So that dinner is always good, and the food is good at that. So December 14th, you go on their website, go on the internet, and you can find the details and stuff, how to buy tickets. It's all right there. And also coming up is the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame Christmas party, December 14th. You know, you get there, man. Shoot, man. Larry Leotti and Mark Irwin, who did a great job just a few weeks ago. He comes on the Showtime and profile different fighters and events that were great in boxing. It's always good to be talking with them about all of that. And also coming up here next Friday, the WBA convention is happening in Orlando, Florida, from December 12th through the 16th. 104 years the WBA is in existence. It's the oldest boxing organization out there, and with Gilberto Mendoza Jr. What an exciting time. It's always at these conventions, you know. So what we're saying is pay the membership fee, go attend the awards dinners, and see what it's all about if you ain't never been there. It's exciting to watch, to see that boxing is real. Boxing has good organizing skills with these organizations, and these organizations represent the finest of boxing. So let's hop in while we're on the convention thing. You know, it was heartbreaking to hear that Terrence Crawford was stripped of his WBC title. But in understanding boxing business and how it goes, I think, you know, Terrence Crawford and his team need to sit back and look at the reality of this fact. You know, I don't believe the WBC really wanted to strip him, but because of the rules and regulations that govern their organization, they had no other choice at the convention when it was brought to the floor, and they started taking a vote on it, and they voted to strip you. So, you know, and when they asked Mauricio Suleiman about it, Mauricio Suleiman told them what the organization wanted, you know, and they're making business so personal. You know what I mean? So let's look at it this way. Terrence, look at yourself if you were part of the NFL, the NBA, and you were a team. The teams in the NFL, the NBA, and all other sports, those teams pay a franchise fee, and another name for franchise fee is a sanctioning fee. They pay to be a part of that organization called the NFL or the NBA. All right. So when you were up and coming, very little known, when these organizations start rating you, you start to come to light. Now, if you didn't know, the WBC, they have 169 affiliates around the world. So when you become in the rating system, these 169 countries around the world, your name's in that rating system. Today's nobody becomes tomorrow somebody, where you discovered your talent. But, you know, you have, Terrence, and I hate to see a young man, a great fighter like yourself, lose a championship like that, you know, out of a misunderstanding about the rules and regulations that govern the sport through the ages. Okay. You know, great fighters do great things. And I think there's an error on your team's part. It's just think the amount of money that you had for training expenses. All right. And from that large $50 million purse, the taxes that you're going to have to pay for that $50 million purse. And then those taxes that you have and the sanctioning fees are a legitimate expense for you to make $50 million. So when you have to pay that check, look, why make enemies that you had great relationships with? You're a bright young man. I think, you know, a cooling period for the WBC and yourself is to re-look at the situation and try to don't make enemies, man. Don't tear down bridges that you may have to cross back home in the game. You know, I know how it is, man. You fought through tooth and nail, you know, to get to the negotiating table for this huge fight. You won at the negotiation table where you wouldn't take the money that you wanted. You said, hey, I'll take what's on the table, and you took it. And Canelo Alvarez got more money than you. After all of that, you know, fighting, you know, for every inch, every yards to get the fight, then go train to fight to win. And then after the fight, when you think things are all settled and out of the way, the things that were left on the negotiating table, meaning the sanctioning fees, you know, the whisperers that whisper to you not to pay it, you should really think about that here in the future. Because here's why. You know, you were undisputed champion, but you're not that anymore now. And those other organizations also have sanctioning fees. And the public comment saying you're never going to pay any sanctioning fees. Well, guess what? You're not going to have no more titles, because all of them demand sanctioning fees. You know, and it's a shame to think that way, Terrence, you know, at this stage of the game. You're 38 years old, and all the fight and hard struggles to get to this top level, to be the face of boxing, and to go do that. The sanctioning fees are not going to change, because it's the part of business in boxing. It's not going to change. So, we all make mistakes. We all make errors. And rethink it. This is what I'm telling you. Rethink it. Look at it in a different perspective, and, pay it, because it's a part of doing business. And don't let nobody talk you out of not paying sanctioning fees. And I'm going to tell you what, your comment about the ring belt. The ring belt, yeah, it's an old belt, but the sanctioning for all of that, for TV networks, streaming companies, there's none. No company out there in TV world has ever, in this era, used a ring belt to sanction a fight. And if that was true, if they could sanction a fight, right, they would have sanctioned your fight with Canelo Alvarez. And let me tell you, they couldn't do it. That's why the WBC, the WBA, and all of them, you're undisputed champion because all of those belts were on the line, and WBC allowed you to move up in weight class. Man, you've been an undisputed champ in other weight classes. You done held those belts, so you understand the business of it. I think it's a mind lapse that you have, or a business misdirection you have. And give it time, man. You in the WBC, give it times when things are settled, and let you and your team reapproach that situation and look at it in a different perspective, what you're looking at it now. I think that's the wrong way at this stage of the game, 38 years old, to go out of the game like that. You fought hard in the ring, and you deserve to be undisputed champion because you earned it in the ring. But there's rules and regulations. How about if you hit somebody with a low blow in the ring? How about if you hit someone behind the head in the ring? They're fouls. In business, there's also foul play, and that's what's going on right now is foul play, man. So just you and the WBC and yourself, man, y'all think about that. We all grow in stages in life. I've been where you're at when you with some fighters, and you have to make the right decision. Just the wrong fighter won the fight. You won the fight, man, and don't let them undertake you by a decision that you make. Don't go out of the game that way, man. Reevaluate it, Terrence. You're a great fighter, and make a great decision, and be bigger than all of that small things of what they're trying to do. It's about money, and they don't want to pay you the money. And I'm talking about them dudes with pockets like footballs, man. You understand the street game. They don't want to pay you, so they're trying to diminish what you bring to the table. Not the organization, the one who's putting up the capital. See? In a rematch with you and Canelo Alvarez, yeah, you should go at the table at least even par, because Terrence, you're a great fighter, but you ain't a great draw like Canelo Alvarez. And I'm sorry to hear that, because you're a great fighter. But so they try to beat you up in all kind of ways, make you want to give in, make you want to give up, brother. But let me tell you, if that belt is so good, tell them you want to make a title defense of that belt, that ring belt, and tell them you want 10 million, you want to pick a guy to fight. And you'll see how great that belt is. It's about money, man. Re-talk it over with the WBC to see what can be done to reshape your relationship, you and the WBC, because both of you are great. It's a great organization. You're a great fighter, and great things need to be together. Every once in a while, teeth fight tongue, but it don't mean teeth and tongue don't go together. You know, relook at it, man, and you'll see. A lot of fighters have tried to go down that road, and it didn't work out for them in the end. And if you plan on fighting again, you never know. If I go to decision, you never know what happens going down when you're fighting out of this country and overseas. So, man, rethink what you're doing, man. Hey, you can beg to differ, but go out shaking hands and get a better understanding of where you're at. And level heads, give it time when level heads can prevail. And you and the WBC, man, make a amends, Terrence. Even if you don't want to fight for the belt no more, but don't make enemies of the game. Be the class act you've been, and keep on going, man. Sanction fees are a must, man, in the game, and those who don't want to fail greatly or achieve greatly at the table, they say, man, give me that check so I can assign them sanctioning fees, man. I got this money, I deserve to pay things. I remember, man, when I'm paying sanctioning fees, man, it's hurt me in my pocket, but I paid them anyway. You got big time money, you got big time cash now. Be the big boss roller who you are, man. You're a great champion, Terrence, man. Be that guy. Be that guy. Be the face of it, Be bigger than all the trouble, and don't let them drag you into small talk, man, of all of that conversation. You won big, and be bigger of the game when they try to bring nonsense to you. And tell the team, hey, look, man, we fell a little short on that. We got one. Let's pull it together. Let's see what we can do to get back on the righteous path of working things out, so we can be big, baby. You're a big fighter. You do great things inside the ring. Do greater things outside the ring, so you can do greater things inside the ring, man. And a lot of this, what was going on, was happening before the fight with Dana White. You know what I mean? The Muhammad Ali Act is real, and it looks like they didn't use the Muhammad Ali Act, the commission, else these things would have never probably happened to you. No one never talked to you to find out what was the pros and cons. If I didn't pay them, would I be stripped when I go in the ring? Mauricio Suleiman was there, the WBC. They wrapped the belt around you. They took the picture regardless, when Dana White didn't want all of that to happen. So don't let them dudes buzz your ear. And it looks like they were pulling for the other guy anyway. Don't let them buzz your ear to do something crazy and think you're paying back, and you lose out, man. You've been fighting for little trophies when you were a kid, getting no money. Now you're fighting for fortune and fame in a crazy game, and you're getting title belts around multi-title bouts as you moved up in different weight classes and becoming undisputed champion, man. Don't let them guys who small talk in your ear pull you down to a low with the small talk. Be bigger than that, because you're a great fighter, a great champion. You won all the belts. Matter of fact, call them heavyweights out. Call Usyk out, man. You won them all, man. You could do that. Great fighters can do that. That some people not able to do because they don't have the talent that you are, man. Just it was heartbreaking to hear a great champion like you for this to happen, but it's business. And let me tell you, man, sometimes it happens, and make amends, man. Don't make enemies. That's all I have to say to you, Terrence. You're a great champion, and keep up the great work uh, that you do inside the ring. Train hard, refocus yourself. You're 38 years old. Are you going to keep going? Are you going to retire? Are you going to look for bigger and better options and stuff like that in the game? So stay focused, champ. And we wish the best for you. Dreams only come true if you believe that they do. You dreamed a little while, and you dreamed big, and you made those big dreams happen for you. So keep working hard and stay at it and make that men's, champ. And if you need any help making the men's, we're going to try to help you make that men's, so the game of boxing can keep going on. Don't forget, Terrence, you've been fighting since you were a kid, but the WBC was around since you were a kid, and Mauricio Suleiman has been in the game of boxing since he was a kid also. So you two have a lot in common if people won't stop chatting in your ear. You got a lot in common. He's been around the game since he was in the kid with the organization when his father was president. And you've been around since you were a kid, a good amateur, a great champion now. So, man, you two get together, man, and get rid of all that. And don't hey, look, sometimes, them guys with the money chatter and they think you for sale. I'm going to tell you like this here. HBO television and Showtime thought that they were bigger than the game. They threw money at it at an alarming rate. HBO and Showtime. And there was a guy named Don King who had an extensive contract with them for years and built boxing with HBO and Showtime. When he left HBO, he went to Showtime, and Showtime went on the level that HBO was. He lifted Showtime out of the ash, and Showtime Network become that. And then both of them thought that they knew the game. They're no longer around. They folded. HBO and Showtime. So I want you to think about that. And when they can't make money at the game, they're going to fold. And anytime you throw money at this game like it's an open spigot, they're going to fold, because it's about making money and it ain't about giving it away. And you're going to see that with the people you're dealing with. When they can't make no money, they're going to fold like a piece of paper when it comes off the table and hit the ground. So peace and blessings be upon you, brother. Stay focused, and God bless you. And God bless all of them that you're trying to work with, man, and hoping that all of them make the right decision to make boxing better than it was. Inshallah, in the universal greetings of peace, Assalamu alaikum.